today, Melissa Shaver and Christina Pfaff, and we're so excited about our Lunch and Learn that we're doing today because it is in regards to our Launching Strong guide. And Christina, were you able to put that out there so that they would have it in front of them for them to download? Remember?
I thought you were. That's
okay. Okay. Well, we will definitely get that out. I hate that you don't have that in front of you, but it is this piece right here. And I'm actually, I think, Christina, while I get started, maybe you can go jump out there and put it on the page for us real quick. You can just leave me here and flip over. So guys, we're going to get started on, if you will remember, hopefully we'll have that document to you in 2 seconds because I'd really like for you to have that with you. Do
I need to get off?
No, you can stay on. You just kind of move me out of the way and you can, okay? And just keep your volume turned off. So, okay. So when we were doing our 2-7-30, sorry guys, you got to love us through this. When we were doing our 2-7-30, all of our training, we talked to you about the Launching Strong guide, and I apologize that it's not already there. That's just difficulty between Christina and I of not getting that out to you so that you would have it. Because we're going to walk through it, and I want you to have it in your hands if we can do that so that you can take notes on it. We're also going to show it to you here on the webinar, and you can see it, that way as well. But the big thing about this that I can even start us talking about first and foremost is that this is a really, really great tool that you can use in multiple ways. Now, we're talking about launching strong, so being able to onboard your new ambassadors and getting them started and active in their first 30 days. So you can use it with them. That's exactly where we want you to use it, is with them. But you also, I want you to know that you can use this for your current ambassadors that you have. You can, have conversations with them if you have identified that they are in need of are wanting to start doing the business and they want to start, sharing so that they can have their products paid for or, start doing the business full on. This is what I would say is bring this out whenever they're ready for those discussions and start using it with them. So if you have people in your past that are on your team right now that you've never really asked the question of them if they would like to do the business or have their products paid for, I would say, okay, Christina, turn me off of that. If you've got it up, I've got, it's playing back and forth because maybe you're on that page. So if you, okay, perfect. We're reset now. Okay. So use it for them. So new ambassadors, your current ambassadors, or if you have customers that you are upgrading to an ambassador, this is exactly where you would use it for them as well. So know that you've got 3 ways to use this tool and use it in all those different ways. So I'm going to ask Christina if she will pull up the document. Hopefully you have the document now, and if you have a minute, you can print it off while we talk, or you can do that in a few minutes after we get off, because you will be able to see it right here with us. We're going to walk through this a little bit together so that you can see hands-on. And I love this because it is a PDF and you actually can write on the PDF. You can write on this. So if you have somebody that you can't meet with face to face, you can do a Zoom with them just like we're doing and share your screen, and y'all can work through it together and type it all on here while you're having the conversation. And that's what we're going to do today. Now, if you look up here at the top, the very first things that you see is set your goals. And I am committing to myself 1 year of focus. I would ask you that on this piece right here, we are actually going to come back to this at the end of the conversation. And you're going to see why we're going to do it, because it's going to make so much sense to be able to see that as you walk through this, honestly, their belief and their commitment is going to get stronger and stronger through this conversation. And whenever you finalize and come back, you will be able to sit here and say, okay, this is what we've said. What I would love to hear from you, is just your commitment to yourself. So we're going to come back to that one and be able to have conversations around that. Okay. So the first thing, whenever you sit down with your person, is that you're going to ask them about their pace. And this is their worksheet, you guys, not yours, but theirs. I will tell you that for me, I will either make a copy of their worksheet if we are doing this together on Zoom, or I will probably take a snapshot with my phone of what they say and do so that I have it. A lot of times, as you can even see with mine, I love to write on mine, and I actually have printed off 5 of these so that I can start strong with some of my people currently. And I will probably give them a copy and give myself one because I like to write. That's how I think. So you can use it all those different ways. But you're going to be asking them, how they're doing. A big question is whenever you are doing your prospecting up front with them, you're going to know a lot of things with them already. You're going to know if they only want to do the products. You're going to have hopefully had the conversations with them on how the products can be paid for and things like that. But what you're doing is you sit down with them and asking them, how they're doing, what's going on, those things. You want to hear a clear connection of what they want to do. Now, if they only want the products, you still fill out this front page. And that's what's so exciting about this Launching Strong guide, is that you can have that information up front with them, and you can build out just from a products only standpoint. And we're going to share that with you today. So once you know if they're going to do products only, or if they're going to start paying for products, or they want to go all in with the business, you're going to have them mark that one of those 4. And from there, we're going to start talking about their impact story and their why. Now, hopefully, if we've all prospected smart and well, kind of those things that we've been talking through for the past month, they know your impact story. They know why you started this. And as you know, in those conversations, you had conversations around your own story that one of these 5 areas was lacking for you. If you remember that and you've worked through that, time, money, health, purpose, security. Usually one of those 5, every single person can fit into 1 to 3 of those buckets, if you will. And so they've heard your story. Now you're going to learn a little bit about their story. And the big thing is learning, what is lacking in their life. So if it is from a health standpoint, you're going to talk about that. What is it that's going on in their life? What are their health goals? What is their health issues keeping them from? So those are the conversations that you would be having with them. What is lacking in their life that they believe Plexus can help them with? Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to ask them, how does that make you feel? So if it is a time issue, that they're lacking time with family, you're going to ask them, how does that make them feel? Well, it probably makes them feel like that they're, missing out, right? That they're missing out on their kiddos growing up. And I will tell you, if you've not heard my story, I still remember taking portraits of my little girls when they were 4 and 5 years old. And when we got the portrait from our photographer, I sat down and cried because I worked full-time corporate. I traveled every other week. As soon as my second daughter was born, I was promoted, and that promotion moved me into 50% travel. I felt very tied to my job. And so that picture was just blatantly shouting at me that I had missed every portion of my babies being babies. And it was terrible. And so that might be what they're going through. So they're lacking that time. It makes them feel awful. Lots of tears, lots of, not being able to sleep at night, trying to find different ways to have more flexible hours, different things like that. And then how this business solution can help with that. Now, if it is a health issue and you're working through those health goals, working through how this can help and change their health and their future. So you are working through those different pieces with them. You're back up, Christina, if you just want to pull back up that page. You are working through those pieces with them and helping them just formulate their conversation right there. You don't have to fill out all of that work with them, nothing like that. You are literally just working through, being able to help them formulate it, because that's going to help them be even more committed, because you're showing them and you're giving them the vision of how their future can change. So that's what you're doing in that bucket. That is what's happening when you're working through that. So now we're going to look at the staying motivated. Now, this is a really big area for accountability for them. And after we work through this, we're actually going to role play this so that you can see it a little bit better and kind of say, okay, I get it. I understand how that works. So this is an area that you're asking them, what will keep them motivated to continue? Now, if they're doing products only, we know that we're asking them to make that 60 to 90 day commitment. But if they are looking at this to be able to pay for products or to bring home a certain amount of money every month, we're asking them to keep that commitment. And so once we work through this piece of staying motivated, we're going to ask permission if we can use this information to remind them of why they're doing this, to remind them that whenever they start going through detox or it's uncomfortable, that they're doing this for their children, that they're doing this for their family. Or if they're doing the business side and their whole thing is to be able to make that $1,000 so that they can be home with their babies, we're asking permission right here to say, Susie, I just want to remind you that whenever we first started this, your whole goal is to get home with those babies. So I know that you got a lot of no's today whenever you reached out to friends and family, but you will get yeses. And I want to remind you of that. So that's what we're doing right here, is we're writing down what is it that's going to keep you motivated, keep you staying consistent, committed, successful. And then in that, can I remind you of that as we work through that? Okay. So it's a really, really great way for you to serve your people. You're hearing from them, and then you're going to serve them with that. And guys, this is done with every one of your ambassadors, whether it's your wholesale ambassadors or your business, because it's going to be great. So let's work through this real quick. Christina and I are going to just role play real quick in regards to this. Christina is my new ambassador, and we are going to work through the health side of her impact story and why she was brought to Plexus and how she can stay motivated. So, Christina, let's do this one together real quick.
Okay, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay.
Okay, Christine, I'm so excited that you have made the decision and that you trust me just with your health and with your goals. I'm super excited that you're doing this journey with me. And I just wanted to sit down with you a little bit. I told you whenever we were talking through everything and getting you signed up that I really wanted to spend just a few minutes of time with you so that I can best meet your needs, but that I can also fully hear what your goals are and what you're wanting to do with Plexus and with these products. So let's talk just a little bit about your health. Can you tell me a little of what's going on with you, what you feel like that you would love to see changed in your health?
Well, right now I'm at a position that I may have to go on medication, and I don't want to, but the doctor says that's what I have to do. And I don't like to put more things in my body. So I'm trying.
I lost you there for just a minute.
Oh,
there, you're back. You're back. So you're trying to do what? That's okay. That's just part of us getting on Zoom. So you're good.
I don't want to. My doctor's going to have to go on medication, and really, it was I can do. He said, I feel like I haven't given it a chance other ways yet. Can you hear me?
Yes, that's great. So that's fantastic. And I appreciate, can you tell me, it sounds like that you're not on medications now of any kind, but there's the possibility of going on them. Okay. And share with me a little bit about your family. Now, do you have kiddos? Tell me a little bit about that.
I have kids, and the thing is, I don't, what really concerns me is my health and my family's history, where everybody's on medications. And I know that once I get on, I'm going to continue to get on, keep going, because that's just what I've seen. And, you know, the cost of it, just because my body just needs it, and I don't have the energy for my kids. I don't have energy for my spouse, my husband. Even working, I can't handle everything, and I'm at my last straw, and I don't know what to do.
Okay. All right. That's great. Thank you so much just for allowing me to hear that. I so appreciate that. So I want in our conversations that we've had, we've talked a little bit about, I'm going to onboard you slowly because we are starting you on the triplex combo. And in that process, as we've said, there might be some times of detox. There might be some, different things that you're going through die-off, because as far as I can remember, you've not done anything towards gut health in your past of just being proactive with that. And so the big thing that I kind of want to talk to you real quick is, as we work through that, I would love to hear some of the things that I can do for you to keep you accountable. Because the last thing that I want you to do is to quit in the middle of literally being at that halfway mark. I really want you to do this for that 60 to 90 days. So tell me how I can keep you motivated. I know you're totally motivated at the moment, but what is it that I can remind you of as we're working through this process? If you have some bad days or don't feel very great, what can I do to keep you accountable to stick with it?
Well, it's going to help if you call me.
Okay.
I don't mind text messages. And I think in regards to just reminding me that I don't want to get on medication. I have a certain amount of time that I'm giving myself to try this. And if it doesn't work, then I have to go on medication.
Okay.
So reminding me, if I go all in, I'm all in right now. I am. Mm-hmm. So I just need that reminder, like daily, of, okay, if I'm not consistent and I'm not doing what I need to do, then I'll end up going on this extreme medication that I don't want to.
Okay. I love that. I can totally text you, email, call you. I just want you right now to just tell me that you're committed to that. So don't fall off the radar. If I give you a call and you're having a bad day, I really want you to tell me that you're having a bad day so that we can work through it together. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm so excited for you. It's going to be super, super great. I know that you're going to see a difference in your health. I have no question about that. So, okay, guys. So that is working through it with a person that is looking at just doing the products, of how to keep them motivated, and hearing a little bit about their health story and their goals. Her biggest goal was not getting on medication. She has given herself a timeline as to how to, allow herself to work through that piece. So I want to real quickly work through one with you from the standpoint of someone that the area that they're lacking is the time and the money. And for many of us, we know that that's a vicious cycle in itself. People want freedom of time, but yet they're strapped to a job because they need the financial side. And so a lot of times those two pieces go together. So we're going to put that together, and I'm going to talk to Christina about that. Okay. Hey, Christina, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I so appreciate it. I'm excited for you to be with me. And I know that you are looking at this from a couple of places. I know that you're super excited about getting your health back and your energy level and all that great stuff. But I also know that you are wanting to get these products paid for. And I know that much about you, but I want us to really talk a little bit more about just some things that are going on with you. You had told me a little bit prior to joining me We talked just a little bit about your family and just, I know that you're desiring to have a little bit of time with them, but do you mind sharing with me some different things that are going on with you that you would love to see, even from that tiny piece of you that's so curious about this business? Talk to me about why you feel like that this business could even be a solution for you. So what's going on?
Well, I love the products that I've been trying, so I need to get them paid for, first of all. But I mean, right now I have a full-time job and then I have an extra little job. So I don't have any time basically for my kids. And I'm not even sure if I have time for this because my extra time will go to my kids.
Right.
But I don't have that time. And I mean, I'm missing out on so many little things in their lives because I'm always working. You know, I'm just not able to be there. And I mean, I would love to be there more and I would love to be more flexible. My job is not flexible. I have to be where I have to be there. I can't go and leave and come and go when I want to. So I don't have any control over that, which makes that hard.
Right.
And my life basically looks like, you know, I work and I get home late. Well, I would say after 5, but I'm extremely exhausted. Go through the drive-through because I don't have time and I don't want to. I just don't have energy to cook dinner. So that's what my kids get usually, and they're fine with it, but I'm not fine with it. But so that just takes up a lot of my energy, my time, and I'm just not spending the time with the kids that I want to.
Yeah, I completely understand that. I mean, that sounds so much like just my past. And I know it's one of the hardest struggles, I think, as a mom to be able, you know, to be in a position like that. And number one, to want to be with family, but not have the energy to be with family and to be so exhausted. And yet needing the time and just that vicious cycle of, it sounds like that you're having to do multiple jobs. And
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I'm not a nice mom.
Yeah.
Because I'm so stressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm super excited, number one, for you to get on these products because I know I have so many friends that I hear that story and I know that this has helped them with that whole just happiness and that mental side and the energy level and all of that. So I'm super, super excited about that. We definitely have ways for you to be able to get those products paid for, which we're going to be talking about a little bit. But to me, it sounds like as we work through this process, some of the things that are going to keep you motivated is just that reminder of wanting to be with family, wanting to have your energy level up and good, and really having a desire to be a mama, right? And to spend time with those kiddos whenever you have the time with them. Kind of using your time wisely with that. But what would be a couple of other things that would keep you motivated as we work through this?
Wow, that's a hard one. Let me see. You know, I mean, my kids are always going to be my motivation, my family, first off. You know, if I'm able to cut back, being able to cut back on some of my hours, definitely, you know, not doing a second job, that I'm away from the kids. So that'll definitely be motivated. Looking to see that I'm flexible with the time that I do have available, and not having to be at a certain place. That's going to be motivating for me as well, because my life would look so different.
Yeah.
My life
Can
would look
I ask you, on that second job, how much would it take for you? How much would it take for you to not have that second job? Do you mind sharing that with me?
No. If I made 1,000,
okay.
I mean, that's going to be really good for the second job. Yeah, that's
okay.
Even,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it okay with you? I thank you so much for talking through this with me, and we've taken some notes on everything, but is it okay with you? I mean, can I just have your permission to remind you of those things as we work together and stay accountable to each other? Is that okay if I talk through?
Yeah, I need it. I do
Okay.
need it because I can.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so that is kind of two different ways of looking at the impact story and the staying motivated. If you have not shared your story with them, definitely do that, at the beginning of this conversation. The big thing, and of course, this is taking us a little bit more time because we're training on it, but you want to be able to walk through the front and back of this page, fairly quickly with them at a really nice pace. Just so that it's just not too much. We know that everyone's super busy, but that gives you an idea of how to have those conversations, whether they are wholesale ambassador or ambassador looking to go a little bit further. So as we continue down, we're going to talk about getting prepared. Once again, we're still having conversations with both wholesale and with your business builders, okay? The big thing about this that's going to look a little bit different, and I'm going to walk through this with you, is let's talk first about a wholesale ambassador. So they've told you, hey, Melissa, I just want to do the products. That's all I want to do. I just want to take the products. Maybe something after that depends on, I have to have my own story, all that great stuff. What I would do right here on the friends and family is I'm going to say, Christina, I know that you just want to do the wholesale products, and I so appreciate that, and I respect that of you. But I'm going to ask you, if you will, just to write down some friends and family that even right now in our conversations that we've had, that you really feel like that this is something that that they possibly would be good for them. So maybe, just like you have health issues, maybe some of your friends and family have health issues as well. I would just ask you to write down those names for me. And for a couple of things. Number one, that this is what I do. Like, my heart and my hope is to impact as many lives as I can, for them to have greater quality of life, more time with their family, that quality of time to be good, for them to feel great, to live out their full potential. And if nothing more, you may be my connector. And my greatest hope would be that you love this product and that you have a desire for, me to connect with those people, that I can help those people, if nothing more. So would just greatly appreciate you being able to write those down. And you know what? We're not going to talk about them until way later, but if you could just take some time to write those things down, I would so appreciate that. So guys, that's all we're asking of that wholesale ambassador, is to start writing down those names. Now, a couple of things happen with that. First of all, as she begins to love her products, we can go back and have these conversations of making that referral for me, or being the connector for me, and maybe putting us into a three-way message. The second thing is, if she in 30 days falls in love with these products and goes, okay, not only do I love them, but I want my family to be on them, and I need for my products to be paid for, she now has a jump start, because she already has people that she's written down that we can actually go and start having conversations with. So you've helped her make that connection, either as a referral to you or as her having people that she can work with futuristically. So that is scenario number one. Now, for your business building ambassador, and that can be anything from product paid for all the way to wanting to be diamond in the company, you're going to have that same conversation of, hey, I want you to take some time. We want to write down about 20 people. We're going to expand that conversation in that list later. But for right now, this is all we're really going to talk about right here. And I want you to look at this as, who's your friends and family that would love to start this journey with you right now, be an accountability partner with you. Maybe you love them and you really want to help them, or without a doubt that they need this for their health. I want you to write those people down. But in this other box that you see of these 10 best, like, these are people that you would love to lock arms with, that you would love for them to do the business with you. So these people that I want you to think about, number one, I don't want you to prejudge. I don't want you to say, do they need it? Do they not need it? But these are people that you know have influence. They're really determined people. They have been successful in some way. And whenever I say successful, I'm not saying successful in a huge career. I'm saying they're successful at, you know, at PTA and putting events together and bringing people together. They're successful at doing community projects, or they're successful at their job right now. These are people, you know, that love other people. Like, think about who those people are that you would love to lock arms with. And I want you to write down those 10 people. Now, Christina, I definitely don't want you to be like, oh man, she would be awesome, but she's super, super busy. She works full time. She's got 3 kiddos. Like, there's no way. I don't want you to do that. Because can I tell you, some of the busiest people are the most successful people in this business. And I worked full time as an executive director of a nonprofit until and through me being Emerald, which is in the top 3, you know, leadership positions of this company. I worked full time and still was able to do that. So busy people, successful people, they know how to build this into what they're already doing because they're productive and they know how to be productive. So don't second guess those people. Put those people down and don't prejudge them. Okay, guys, that's what you do in these 2 boxes right here, and having those conversations. And just one more thing, that's pretty much all you do with a wholesale ambassador. You don't kind of flip to that second page, except for one thing. So that's what we're going to talk about here. Christina, is there anything else that you want to talk about on that first page?
No, you're good.
Okay, okay. So now we're going to flip over on their second page. So you're going to, you know, this is a 1-page deal. You know, you've got it right here, front and back, and you're going to flip over to the back page. And this is in regards to social media. So Facebook, they might be doing Instagram, different things like that. But we're going to ask them to be really intentional with 3 posts. Now, they might want to do more than that. They might love posting. They might jump all in, but there's 3 posts that we really want to be intentional with. And for some of your people, 3 posts in 1 month might be all that they want to do. And remember, we're doing this launching strong on that 2-7-30 kind of system. So the first one is a shout out post. Now, this post is a really, really cool post for them to do in their first 48 hours. So it's in their first 2 days. And they can do it written as a written post, or they can do a live. A lot of people are already very comfortable with Facebook Live. Now, for many of us, we've had to learn that, right? We've kind of grown up in social media with our network marketing business. But for a lot of people, they're already doing live. So once again, don't judge, don't second guess, don't be doubtful. You just need to bring it to their attention and introduce them to this idea and let them choose what they want to do. But on the shout out post, that is a post of sharing with the person, you know, shouting out like Christina would shout out Melissa and be able to say, hey, thanks so much. And so this is what a shout out post, this is what it could sound like. And I will put these out on the page as its own post so that you'll have it, that you can share with your people. But a shout out post could sound something like this. I wanted to give a shout out to my friend, Melissa Shaver, for introducing me to a new way of getting healthy. She seems better energy and sleep just by making a few adjustments. And I can't wait to see how it helps me. Stay tuned. I'll keep you in the loop on how I do. If you want to do this with me, I'd love an accountability partner. Let me know. That could be your shout out right there. It doesn't have to be a picture. It'd be great if you want to do a selfie. You don't have to do a selfie. If you're meeting with your person and y'all might take a picture together, you could send her kind of these words of a shout out if she would do it for you, and maybe send that picture with it. Anything like that could be a shout out. Now, this curiosity post right here would be the only one that I would suggest to you that you would ask your wholesale ambassador to do. Now, that would be, she doesn't have to do any more, or he doesn't have to do any more. But if he could do that shout out post for you and just say, hey, I want to give a shout out to Melissa Shaver for getting me set up. I'm going to have great health in my future. That, and if they will tag you, that is huge for you, because anyone who likes it or who comments on it, I can ask Christina, hey, I saw that Susie commented and wants to know what you're doing. Is there any way that you could put us into a 3-way message? Introduce me. I'd love to share with her. You know my heart. You know how much I want to help other people. I would love that. So that would be the only one that I would ask for that wholesale ambassador, just the possibility of doing that for me. I would send them exactly what to say. And you know, and then they would do that piece for me. Now, Christina, I don't know if you were able to do that other screen share. Did you pull up Gina's from last night?
I have it. I don't have the whole. I can't do the whole piece, but I'm going to show it what I have.
Okay. Yeah. So Christina has a new ambassador that has just started sharing, and she did her first shout out last night. Super excited that she did this. Christina, share a little bit about Gina.
Okay, well, Gina's been doing Plexus for a little bit, a few months, and so she's enjoying it. She wants to get her products paid for. And I went ahead and, you know, it's not always easy to know exactly what to say. And so I went ahead and helped Gina. You know, I go, what are some things that, why did you start to begin with? Because that's kind of the first, I think, in the first shout out post too, kind of including that little bit of why in there. And, you know, for her, it was, you know, spending time with her grandchild, being able to be that, this is her first grandbaby, and being that grandma that is, you know, all there for her, healthy and full of life for her generations, and even being an example for her daughter as well in regards to health. So I know she wants to change not just her health, but like all the rest of her family. So that's, you know, we put that into there a little bit. And I actually, you know, I wrote out, you know, as much words as I could. And I said, you know, make this in your own word, just to make it easier for her to kind of get started. Sometimes we don't know where to start. And, you know, she has, this is a picture of her and her grandchild. I had to cut it off. I couldn't get everything. But that's basically, you know, and she went ahead and put that out. And it just says she's starting something new. She's excited about it. If anybody wants to join her, she shouted out to me in there, tagged me. So, you know, it shows up on both of our pages as well. And we have mutual friends. So
I love that. So excited. And if I'm correct, Christina, you've got her a second one as well to use, because her nails started looking so much better. And so with her sharing that with you, you helped her figure out how to do another post to be able to hear about that. So guys, it's that easy. I would definitely say it's so good in the beginning to send them something to say, because you know how hard that is in the beginning. It's like, what do I say? What do I do? But you know a lot of those things already for them because you've been having conversations. And so you can say, hey, you told me how great you sleep, or all those different things. So you can help them with that. So the second curiosity kind of post is whenever they get their products. And it doesn't have to be the welcome pack. You know, they don't have to show the welcome pack. I guess I could say it that way, unless they're doing the business. If they're doing the business, they can totally show that, because they're becoming an entrepreneur and they're wanting people to join in that business. But this one is when they receive that and they're super excited. And that one, it might be that they do a selfie with their first pink drink and they're super excited about it. It could be a picture of their products. It could be, you know, the package coming in the mail. It could be anything like that. But we know having some type of a photo or a graphic just brings attention, of course. If they want to go live and open up that package, it's fantastic to be able to share a little bit of their story and what they're doing and what came in. But that post could say something like, look what came in the mail today. I can't wait to get started. Did you know that your gut is healthy? If your gut is healthy, that your entire body will benefit, even your happiness. So it could be something that simple with a picture. So that is what that second post is. And once again, you'll send them that information. And then this last one is so key. And guys, this is key for your people even if they are already posting every single day. So if they have jumped all in and they are doing something every single day and sharing, that 30-day experience of saying, okay, I've been doing this for 30 days. Okay, I've been doing this for 60 days. So like showing them the journey of your timeline is so big. And so make sure that you work through this one with them for them to share. Now, if they are doing the business, they're really going to want to share that impact story of how they felt and what was lacking, how Plexus was their solution and how they're doing today, and then what their excitement is about their future. So you're going to want to put all of that information out there for them. Help them work through that. And you've already helped them in the beginning, because this meeting right here is helping them figure out what's lacking, what they hope Plexus will do, and their excitement about their future. They're just building that out now in either a live or a post. But that 30-day experience could be something like this, because they've told them, hey, I'm going to keep, stay tuned, stay with me. I'm going to share with you as I go. So at their 30-day mark, it could be this. Hey, everybody. Well, it's been 30 days on my new healthier lifestyle routine, and it's been amazing. Before I started this journey, I was having issues with sleeping through the night, stress eating, and just having zero energy. It made me not feel too great about myself, and it just affected my life with family and friends. But after 30 days, I'm excited to say life is definitely looking better. I have tons of energy now. I'm sleeping like a baby, and you should, and go on and on about those benefits, and you should join me. So something like that for that 30-day. So that's how you're breaking those pieces down. I wanted you to hear them. We'll definitely put these out on our page so that you'll have it. You ask them, to definitely make it into their voice. So that is your posting. The next thing that you're going to talk to them about is their milestones. I absolutely love this piece because if they are a business builder, it's going to help you guys work through these different portions. And I love this Fast Start Gold and the Power of 3 that we've put in here of visuals. Number one, it cues you to remind them of this. And it's so good for them to have it. Every person that you are bringing on as a business builder, you need to talk to them about Fast Start Gold. They can do it, guys. We've got someone right now working towards Fast Start Gold. I'm so excited for him, and he's going for it. So don't ever not share that piece. It's your part to inform them. Okay. So on this, you're going to just talk through a few of these milestones. Now, you've already had these conversations on what they're doing and what their goals are. They are looking at, and I would say these first two milestones, 3 to 5 customers and silver promotion, those two will actually put them in the position of that 500 PV, which is exciting. But for me, I would say if I have a business builder that is really looking at growing this business, I would do that silver promotion first. And get those 3 qualified ambassadors, get their $100 bonus, plus it's going to give them at least $75 in building bonuses. So anywhere from between $75 and $150. That pays for their very first month. They are taken care of. They have gotten a return on that investment of $34.95 in their welcome pack. And then that second month, we would focus on that 3 to 5 customers and bringing those people in. Now, guys, as well as I do, anybody can do both of those milestones in their first 30 days. So you're going to know your person, you're going to know their pace, what they want to go at, if they're going to go really slow, if they're determined and they're ready to go all in. You do it at their pace, but without a doubt, they can do 6 to 8 people their very first month and get both of these pieces in place. The exciting piece about that 3 to 5 customers is it will hit their $500 PV, and just sharing them, that is a huge milestone to go from 15% to 25%. We all know that small percentage between like $470 PV to that 520 is about a $70 difference in commission. So that is really, really exciting for them to be able to do that. And then, of course, the milestones on getting that launch party scheduled. It can be a Zoom, it can be in person, it can be 3 people at a coffee house, whatever that looks like, you're gonna work that through with them. And then always funneling them into a 7-day challenge that we host every single month. The great thing about that is that they get to see how it's done. They get to learn more through that process, but they get to invite as many people as they want. And we know how quickly that can be to grow their business. The key thing about this milestone piece and getting them started is that you want to see them successful in their first 30 days. You want to know that they get some form of a commission check for that first month that they're doing this. So you are going to work side by side with them. You might be, you know, talking to them every day, every other day, depending on their pace. You need to say, I am all yours. I will do whatever you need for me to do. Of course, you're going to talk through those 3-way chats and all those different pieces with them, but you're setting up these milestones with them so that they will know. Now, on that fast start goal, just so that you know, that is 20 people in their first 30 days. They don't have to recruit all 20 people. Some of their level 1s or 2s could be recruiting as well, but it's 20 people in their first 30 days. They get that $700 bonus for Fast Start Gold, plus they get all of those building bonuses. It really, really adds up for them. And then the power of 3, this visual is so good for them to understand that as they invite 3 ambassadors to come onto their team, and they teach those 3 that duplication piece of them inviting 3 people very, very quickly. Even within their first month, they can grow their business very quickly and start getting those building bonuses. So that's the milestone piece. And then the last part is getting plugged in. This is just a resource piece for you to give to them in their first 48 hours of our system that we do, that you've already added them, you've welcomed them to the good to great team. If they are a business builder, you've added them to that passionate pursuit page. That page, remind them that they have to fill out their 3 sets of questions for that. And then we have the training channel that all of our trainings are on that channel that you can share with them. And then, of course, the Plexus Ambassador community. So you are just sharing with them right there some of the resources that they have. Now, over here in this white space, you have room. You might have some favorite diamonds or people that you love their training that you want to share with them. I would only share 1 or 2 channels with them. I wouldn't share a lot, because we don't want to overwhelm them, but it's your favorite people. Maybe it's Brooke Hemingway or Emily Gibson or Sarah Taylor. Any of those people, you can just write those names down for them so that they can remember that and they can go look later. Okay, so that's their resources of what they have right there. And then the last thing on this page is the activity assignment. And this is just kind of a recap of being able to kind of put all in one place what y'all need to be doing before the next time maybe y'all talk. That could be, the launch date. Maybe you haven't looked at the calendar yet, but you're going to say, okay, in the next, couple of days, let's get back together. Let's get that date on the calendar. Let's start inviting all of your family and friends. So you might have that down. It might be that they are ready for that first promotion of having 3 ambassadors. And so you're going to really set that in motion of saying, okay, let's start having these conversations. Don't forget, I'm here for you. Put me into those 3-way chats. Let's get you posting so people can see that you're doing something new and different. I've got some copy of some script that you can just send out as a message to a lot of your friends, because I know right now you're not 100% sure what to say. So I'm going to get those scripts to you today. So it's going to be that kind of conversation that you're putting right here, doing that first shout out post, having that friends list, ready. So maybe they didn't write everyone down in your meeting, but maybe you say, hey, in the next couple of days, let's relook at that. I want to make sure that you've got your friends ready to go. So that's what that activity assignment is that you're doing with them. So if it is a wholesale ambassador, let's just talk about that. With you doing follow-up with the wholesale ambassador, I just want you to remember you've sent them how to take the products, you've sent them the detox article, and then you are checking on them, usually around day 3 or or did you get your products? Make sure that they got them, that everything came in, and that they're getting started. And then they will start, I think everyone has a little bit of a different way of doing it. We're going to put something on our page where it's every single week of how you follow up with that wholesale ambassador. Brooke Hemingway has a system where she does it. She checks to see if they got their products and that they came in, and then she checks them on day 7, 14, and 21. Of course, if you need to troubleshoot with them, then you would do that. So that's your wholesale ambassador. For your business building who's wanting to pay for their products and that you're working with them, you're going to be touching base with them. That's really on you to touch base with them every day, every other day, something like that, of getting that set up with them and making sure that you're going through our system of the 2-7-30 with them. Okay. So real quickly, flip back over. Thanks for hanging with me through this. I want you to look at that first page. So Christina, man, thank you so much for working through everything with me. I want it just to go back up to the front of this real quick and talk about just your goals. How do you feel since we went through everything? How do you feel with it?
I feel like I have something to follow at least, so I'm not just winging it, which is I need. Thank you.
Yeah, you are so welcome. I'm super, super excited for you. I know that when you started, we kind of talked about that you just wanted to get those products paid for because it's really not in your budget, your family budget. But listening through everything, knowing that you need to bring home that $1,000 a month just to have some time flexibility, am I correct to say that that's going to kind of be our goal right now, is getting you to that $1,000 mark?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd love for us just to put that right here, $1,000 a month. We're going to set that goal. We know what we're going to do in our first 30 days, but that's going to be our goal that we're going to strive for. And we're going to celebrate every milestone as we get there. I'm super, super excited. The other thing that I just kind of want to walk through with you on is just your commitment. And this is really for you, but what I have learned through this process, just with all the people that I've trained and been able to walk along this journey with, is if we will commit to ourselves and to each other and be accountable of really giving it our all. For at least 1 year and not reevaluating until we hit that 1 year mark. And so I just want to present this to you and see if there's a possibility that you would agree with me. And this signing off of this, it's really for you. There's something that happens when we put our signature to something and say, I'm fully in and I'm fully committed. And so I just wanted to give you time to do that real quick for me. Okay, and so this is right where she would do that. She would just say, I am committing myself 1 year of focus on my new business, and she would sign off on that right there. She'd put in her signature. There we go. Very cool.
Oops.
Oh, double signature. That means she's all in. So guys, that is how you use this Launching Strong guide. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how you feel about it, if you're excited about it. Get some of these printed off. Christina and I were talking as we were preparing this and building this out. Like I said, printed off 5. I'm ready to go and I'm excited. You might want to go ahead and put some names at the top of yours that you know that you need to walk through this with them, and writing down their name, maybe praying over them, letting yourself, the Lord, and them know that you're ready to really help them get to the next level. But make that commitment to start using this, and I would love to hear back from you and see how you feel about it and how it's going. Okay, that is it for us. And Christina, thank you for sharing your screen. We will go back into our page. It looks like we've got some great comments, and we will go in and answer those questions for you guys. Thanks so much for being with us and hanging in there. Christina, thank you so much for helping me build this out. Talk to you guys later.